Since 1986, Land Pride has consistently led the way with a complete line of high-quality ag, turf, and light construction tools. No matter what you need to accomplish, we have the tool to help you get your work done. See our full line at www.landpride.com.
To sum up, from a financial perspective of the business, I think the key to it is cash flow management. I mean, everything really ties back to the cash flow statement. So from a financial perspective, it's all encompassing. It's not just, the lines of credit you've established with your banks or your suppliers. It's the amount of inventory turns that you have. It's the manner in which you regulate your gross margins, your expense controls. All of that flows back into the cash flow statement. So from a financial perspective, you've got to understand all of those connectivities and be able to understand how to manage those, to be able to really get back to, okay, how much line of credit do we need? What lines or what operating balances do we need to be at to be able to sustain the business? It's a tough trade-off. I mean, there are things you do to grow market share that have a financial impact on the business, that whether it's at a lower margin, but you can't just look at a gross margin position. What are the things that, as you grow market share, what does that mean to you as a business when you look at all the programs and incentives that you can obtain as you accomplish that? And that's what I think, what I've seen dealers get caught up on is that there are so many different programs, incentives, and whether it's cash back or marketing incentives, support that you're able to obtain from your suppliers, given the fact that you're growing and doing the things that supplier wants you to do. And you've got to be able to put your hands around all of those pieces to understand at the end of the day, okay, I gave up a percent or two on margin to do this, but I've got these incentives coming back that are making up part of that. So what does that mean for me as a business to propel it into the next 12 months? And was that the right decision to make? It's probably the hardest of the three financial statements for anybody to understand. It is probably the most difficult one to project and predict, just because of everything that flows into it from P&L and the balance sheet changes. But it is one that is critical that, from my perspective, in being able to articulate that to my management team so they understand the consequences of the decisions they're making in operations, or they're making in a marketing effort, or as we look at expansion and growth, what all of those things are going to entail to tie back to what does that mean for the cash flow of the business. And part of my responsibility in this company is to be that educator, to provide that type of guidance and direction that is critical for everybody else to understand as they're making decisions and as we are making decisions as a group. And what does that mean from a financial philosophy? I think we have to be extremely diligent and careful about how extended we get. It's very easy to do that today because looking at the commodity prices and where they're at, and the buying that's going on, we're in a very good environment. This is probably one of the best years that these type of businesses have gone through. But looking down the road in the next 18 to 24 months, one's crystal ball isn't quite as clear that that's going to be the same case. And, we don't have businesses of this size. And we've got the capital to work our way through environments or market softness, but not to the extent that a manufacturer does. And that's fine. Our manufacturers have to be as strong as possible to be able to do the things they need to do to give us the best products and services available, to be able to make it through these swings. But they've got a bit more leverage than what we do to be able to go through the downswing. So in that respect, probably more of a conservative approach than what I've ever had to be at.
Since 1986, Land Pride has consistently led the way with a complete line of high-quality ag, turf, and light construction tools. No matter what you need to accomplish, we have the tool to help you get your work done. See our full line at www.landpride.com.